Okay, good work out there in the conditions today. Wind was howling, snow, so the footing, you guys really had to work on that, so I thought that was really good work by the team. Obviously, work week's not done, got work to do tomorrow, but really pleased with the guys and the details and understanding everybody's has to do their job in a game like this and understand what's at stake, all those things. So still finishing touches tomorrow, but pleased with the work that the guys put in this week. So with that, I'll take any questions.
What you're going to do right guard?
Need to see really how we come out of it the next 48.
Able to play and be active, do you anticipate a rotation?
Yes, but need to see how we do the next 48 hours.
Having to do again without Denzel, when you're going against Josh Allen, how tough might that be?
Yeah, as you can imagine, Mary Kay, you want all your guys at the game. Not realistic in December football, so he's trying real hard to get back, and you can't rush those type of things. But we trust the guys that are out there.
Feeling pretty good. So just what did the week look like for him in trying to get back?
He's pushing very hard. As you know, with all injuries, you have to take a lot of things, with how they look, how they're pushing through it. So it's not a lack of want to in this case, just not yet ready.
The running back situation, with Dylan out still, and Jerome on IR. How much, Rocket just, is there some desire to see maybe a little bit of what I know he played the opener, but see a little bit more of what he can do in game situations?
Yeah, we trust Rocket. He's ready to roll. Obviously, he was ready to go last week. I don't think we possessed the ball enough on offense to really get a true look at him. We were kind of so if you have a series where you can go rotate a guy in, if there's a longer series where he can go in, I do anticipate him playing, and when he's in there, we trust him. He knows what to do. He's been with us really all season long.
It's practice window, but I don't think he was out there this week. Just kind of was
just all part of his rehab.
thing different that he would have been able to do, with the practice window open.
I think just being on the field with his teammates,
out there.
walkthroughs, those type of things.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll make that decision when the window closes, which I think is next week.
I think you said earlier this week with Jack and the concussion protocol, obviously it's pretty black and white, but have you guys considered shutting him down for the year at all?
Yeah, we've obviously we talk about all those type of things, but I'll just make sure that we keep following the protocol and doing what's best for our guys.
Miles has been doing. He's seeing fewer pass rushing opportunities per sack than some of the other guys he's chasing for that record. How does that add to what you're seeing out there?
Yeah, I think, and you guys have heard me talk about this, and you don't need me to tell you this, but what he's doing with the degree of difficulty, with all the context around it, is so impressive. And I do think you need to look closely at those type of things and how many opportunities he's getting, and the win rate is probably the most important thing to see when you're talking about these things. I've been really proud of Miles in a lot of areas, but also as he's working towards this goal, which is an amazing, incredible individual goal, he has not put that in front of the team's goals. He wants to win so badly. If it can happen in a win, that's what's most important to him. That's what drives him, and you see that in how he plays, every down as opposed to just those pass downs. So I think that's a great form of leadership for your teammates. It's not outward, you don't have to say it, but just how you play down and down out, I think speaks volumes of the type of player you are.
What happens if he gets the award? I mean, do you guys have something planned, or can you?
I have
do you
no
stop
idea.
and you don't know?
Not my department.
Mike Bloomgren was talking about how this has been probably the toughest season of his career, just because of all the injuries up front and all the changing pieces and parts, but also highlighted just how valuable Joel's been in that. When there has been so much change, we ask you about it all the time, just how much of a constant has he been to sort of keep something in sync with that group?
Yeah, I mean, not much left to say about Joel and what he's doing. I mean, his level of play has been so consistent the whole time I've been with him. Just the everything he does and the way he moves and the intentionality he has in everything he does. It doesn't happen by accident. To play this many years and to play at that high a level, it just doesn't happen. And I think it speaks to how he takes care of his body. I think it speaks to how he works during the week to get himself ready. But yeah, provides incredible value to this football team on and off the field.
Seen maturity in Miles as he has taken the route to the sack record?
I mean, I've seen maturity in Miles over the course of time because that's the natural progression we have. But I don't view it in the lens of his pursuit of a record or those type of things. I just view it in the how he approaches his craft is what I would tell you.
Given the way they use tight ends with Kincaid and the other
Knox.
Just how unique is it for them, and just how valuable are those two guys specifically?
Yeah, they target those guys quite a bit. Both really talented in their own right, so they really have, it feels like, 1 and 1A, and you can tell me who's who. But they trust both guys. They put them at the point of attack in the run game. They put them, where they're getting the ball in the pass game. So they provide great value. Really good players.
Jim mentioned, Mason soldiering through the rib injury he's been dealing with, and Carson still dealing with that ankle and the toughness that those two guys have showed. I mean, for rookies, how just impressed have you guys been with those two guys in particular?
Yeah, incredible. I think it speaks volumes of who they are as competitors. It's they're made from the right stuff. That's the exciting part of those two guys who will be at the center of your defense for a very long time, and they bring an attitude to our defense. They bring an attitude to our football team. I think they bring an attitude towards the organization. Just of they will not be, denied from this sport. Sometimes you're hurting, but they're great testaments to our players in the NFL, and certainly these two guys that play through a lot of injuries. They're not nearly 100%, but they will not be taken off the field.
How did Shador kind of come through the week trying to rebound from the game that he had? What were you seeing in him all week?
Yeah, same guy every day, Mary Kay, which is what you appreciate about quarterbacks, that you're going to have days that you want back, and the next day you're back at it. You're right back on the proverbial horse, and that's who he's been. So I'm not surprised.